darn good dancer. Time, Hobbs, please.
Have you noticed how much smarter our parents are than when we were in our teenage years? I really noticed it recently, and remembering many phrases and sayings that my father used to say. You see, my daddy was from Arkansas, and my daddy always used to say, well, it takes all kinds of people to make a world. And you know what? It's just recently I finally began to understand what he meant. You see, I've traveled a lot. Just recently I've made it to the 6th of the 7 continents that I've been on to. Visited over 137 countries. Got a lot of business trips, vacations, cruises, landed at some amazing airports. I feel a little embarrassed because it took some fellow Americans to help me understand what my daddy meant when he said, it takes all kinds of people to make a world. You see, when it comes to traveling, for me, cruises are the best. Cruises are the best because, well, you can get 17 free meals a day if you want. I get to enjoy such great people because there's all kinds on the ship. One time, I had a group of crazy Canadians, and for breakfast we had hot sauce eating contests. Lunchtime, goofy t-shirts, typical. And of course, we had to have a dance competition in the evening time. And they weren't even the most outrageous on the ship. There was the joy of always going to the dining hall. Because, see, I'm a big believer. You stay away from the buffets. Buffets are not the best. Go to the dining hall. Because you're going to sit at a nice table, generally with a group of new people, and you're going to meet some new people. A few minutes, you quickly find out where everybody's from. Now, one day, this was a lunch, I got to sit with a lady, her sister, and her brother-in-law. Pretty cool. And quick, we're visiting, and we realized that we had just traveled 4,397 miles to Port-au-Prince, Martinique, to find out that we all live back in Denver, Colorado. Matter of fact, the sister-in-law and I were only 9 blocks from each other. Things do happen on a ship. All kinds of people. Matter of fact, there was I call him the goofy guy, the old man with his safari vest on, a goofy hat, always sketching pictures of birds. I thought that was pretty cool because birds were everywhere on our trip, but he kept sketching pictures of birds sitting on hippos. Now, we saw a lot of birds that trip, but I didn't see a single hippopotamus at all. It takes all kinds. Now, one morning, it's a Southern Caribbean trip. I had a very early breakfast, and yeah, I went to an early breakfast, hoping to have, in the dining hall, a nice table, a group of new people to meet. Got there, and the maitre d' said, well, the tables are full. We'll start a new table with you. Well, okay. And as he brought me back, set me down at this large table, I looked out, and I had 2 stories of glass windows looking out at the Southern Caribbean. The sun's just getting ready to come up. The water is still cool colors. And I can see a little deliberate path where we had been. But the sun's going to pop. Wow, I have no problem. I'll sit right here. James, my server, came and took my order. Apple juice, French toast, and an omelet. Now, James, I know he's pretty knowledgeable, served a lot of food, and I trusted him. So I said, James, will you order your favorite ingredients in an omelet? I trust you, and I love good flavors. Well, that's fine. He would do that. And I know the omelets take a little while because they're custom made to be brought up. But with this view, a cup of coffee, no problem for the wait. Yeah, regular, James, that'd be fine. No, I don't need any cream. The Danish, too? Yeah, you're gonna spoil me, fresh Danish. Oh, I'll take that. I'm enjoying this view. Right then, the maitre d' came up and brought a rather well-dressed couple to join me at the table. They said, there's 2 more falling right behind us. So they set 4 menus down at their table. Welcome, we got a nice big table. Check out this view. Yeah. So Margaret, Marcos, and John with an H. John with an H. Well, Marcos. A retirement with you and your partner? You both celebrating on a cruise. That is, cruises are great. And with friends, you'll have a great time. No, don't go right ahead and order. I've already ordered. James has been taking excellent care of me. No, go right ahead. I'm going to enjoy the view. Well, okay. Well, John and I will have decaf. I like decaf, young man, right, Jake? I like decaf, and my coffee cup's only about half full of regular, and then the rest with decaf. Okay, I'll do that. Oh, wait a minute, now don't leave room for cream. Now, young man, I would like 2 egg whites, firm but very frothy, and John, he will have eggs Benedict, 2 pieces of bacon, crisp on one side, and the waffles looked very nice yesterday. He'll have a waffle. Oh, James, my coffee's fine, thank you. The Danish was great. You're spoiling me. Now, young man, I'd also like some toast. Some toast. You know, I'd like a pita bread. You made it just like I did yesterday. You know, ask that young man from that other table. He took care of me. Yeah, warm it and then toast it on one side. Yeah, just ask him. Yeah, he worked at those tables. Yeah, those empty tables. Just ask him how it was done. Now, John will have, Elaine, Harold, come on over here. We're at the big table. Come on over here. Yeah, we have room for you. Now, Harold, you should put that phone in the room in the cabin. I told John he left his in the cabin too. We're on vacation. Elaine, you look so elegant. That's nice. Now, Jimmy, they need some water. Jimmy, they need some water. Now, give me some water, Jimmy. Now, don't spill any water on it. That's silk. Well, my Danish plate disappeared, and my French toast appeared just by magic. James, man, that's cool. You put extra cinnamon on my toast again. You're gonna spoil me, man. It's good. Now, that's enough coffee. Yeah. Now, young man, Jimmy. Now, Elaine and Harold, they'll have decaf too. Yes, but cream, no milk. Milk kind of butters there. Now, Elaine and Harold are gonna have decaf, and Harold will have orange juice, and John, you should have some grapefruit juice. Your eyes are all droopy. Well, at that moment, my coffee was refilled again, and my French toast plate had disappeared, and my omelet appeared. And I'm looking over here. John, you see these colors? Isn't that amazing how just a few moments ago the water was so cool and now it's warmer? I love the Caribbean. Yeah, you could say Caribbean. Yeah, it's beautiful how that comes. You see that little white line? That little path that we've been leaving? Yeah, it's kind of like Hansel and Gretel. I bet we could follow that all the way back home and do it too, right? Yeah. I had the eggs Benedict the other day. That was marvelous. Now, I don't know how they make that sauce so smooth. Yeah, that color's too rich. Well, I suppose it could. Yeah. Now, Jimmy, we need some coffee over here. It's too cold. This coffee's cold. We need some coffee over here now. Elaine and Harold, they need too. Now, that's very nice. Yeah, okay. It didn't take but a few moments for me to realize that the colors warmed up, the room cooled off, and my omelet appeared. My plates had all disappeared, my coffee cup was constantly filled, and I had the chance to taste my omelet. I took that first taste, and it was full of flavors, 3 different kinds of peppers, hams, tangy cheese, tomatoes, and buttered mushrooms. It was still sizzling, almost too hot to eat yet, so I had a little more of my coffee and enjoyed that warm colors that kept coming through. It was mystical. At that time, Margaret turned to me and says, "My eggs are so nice and frothy." Well, I continued to enjoy my coffee and my omelet when I noticed the others continuing to comment or complain that the butter was too cold. There's no breakfast music. Is this pure cane sugar? The syrup is so sweet. Well, things can be that way. But I noticed to myself that, well, my face was starting to hurt. I mean, I'm a little brother. I've been ornery all my life, and everything has been developed in me as orneriness. It was gonna pop out. I knew it any moment, and if I didn't stop, it was gonna be. So I took a deep breath, finished the last of my coffee, quit before it could get refilled, put my napkin beside my plate, and stood up and started to walk away. But I hesitated. I turned back and said, "Margaret, I'm so pleased that your eggs are so nice and frothy. And for the rest of you, I hope that on the trip, your water is always served wet. At least wet enough for you." And I turned and walked away from the dining hall going down, and I stopped to go, "You know what, Dad? You're right. It does take all kinds of people to make a world." Have you noticed that some people do live in that zone? They don't enjoy the moment, and they miss out. It kind of saddens me that all they do is look for the complaint. Does it sadden you? Well, it saddens me. And we may play that character once in a while, a little bit too complaining, but if you're going to do it at breakfast and you're going to join me, then please don't, because as we all know, Dad, it takes all kinds of people to make a world.
Tom just returned from Singapore. Sometimes when he's on cruises, he's there as a working dancer to accommodate all the women who are single. Let's give Tom another round.